It is currently Sunday for me right now, which means that it is my reset day. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Lily. I've been sick the past couple of days, so I desperately need to reset my room. And honestly, for the rest of this vlog, it's kind of probably going to be a bit of a reading vlog, chill summer vlog. I'm just going to see where life takes me and take you along with me. I also have a meeting later today at my job, which I'm not very excited to go to, but it should be short. Just ignore these little kid books right here. I've been playing a game of library with my little sister, and she'd be really sad if I moved them because I told her we'd play it some more today. So just gonna leave these little books up for our game of library. Now I'm gonna real quickly take everything off my desk and my dresser and just wipe it all down before I finish decluttering the rest of my room while I'm thinking of it, because after being sick I definitely just need to wash all the germs away. I'm gonna be so honest, I don't even want to talk about the state of this cart right now. Just gonna reorganize it. This planner literally doesn't even go anymore because it was a school planner. Surprisingly, I've been keeping my closet area pretty clean. However, there's a lot of bags falling out of the bag that holds all the bags right now that I need to reorganize. And then I have all of these Owl Crate pins that I don't have anywhere to put. Usually Owl Crate gives me a banner to display them all at the end of the year. However, they did it a little differently this year, and it's not a year-round collection. This was a short 5-pin series collection, which was kind of different. I'm not sure I'm a fan of that. I much prefer the way they normally do it, and they didn't give me a banner to display these ones this time, so I think I'm going to put them on one of the bins behind me. As you can maybe see here, I have this bin with some Disney pins on it that I like to display, and I have 2 other pink bins that I'm going to put these on. I finished cleaning my room and went ahead and cleaned my bathroom while I was at it, and then I ate some lunch. Honestly, being in a clean space is so nice. Just mentally, it feels like I can focus again, and instead of wanting to rot in my bed and just ignore the mess around me, I can kind of do something more productive. I'm gonna try to finish of Jade and Dragons by Amber Chin now, and maybe give you guys a review afterwards. So far, it's going very well. I would say my rating right now is about a 3.5 because it's a good, interesting story. The writing isn't my favorite, and some parts of it also are my favorite. They can be a little slow, but when the book picks up, it gets really, really good. A few things that have made me mad, mostly with the main love interest, but that's okay. Alright, I just finished reading of Jade and Dragons by Amber Chin, and I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. It was very good. This book follows the story of a young woman named Ying who is trying to avenge her father who was murdered. She travels to the capital disguised as a boy, enters the Engineers Guild, which is what her father used to be a part of before he left, on the candidacy of the 4th Bailey, who is the 8th Prince of the 9 Isles. This book is very interesting. It is set in a kind of steampunk world. There is some romance in it, and the romance is decent. However, it's definitely not the main focus of the book, and I appreciated that because this book really felt like Ying's story through grief and anger and learning herself and realizing that she's more like her father than she ever even knew. There's also some great found family in this with her friend Yikon, who's also trying to join the Engineers Guild through the trials. If you're looking for a unique fantasy, go read this, guys. Now I'm just going to hang out for a little bit because I have to go to work in a bit for that meeting. and we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll get another book and start reading some more or do some editing. Hello everyone, it is the next day. I went ahead and drew my next read for my top hat, which is going to be over on TikTok if you want to see the process of me drawing it. The book I'm reading now is A Fable for the End of the World. I've started reading it just a little bit. It's kind of Hunger Games-esque. In this world, the people rack up debt, and if you rack up enough debt, they send a cyborg thing after you, or your child that you're like, oh hey, I don't want to die, kill my child instead. Very grim, very dark. These parents suck. It follows two main characters. One is one of these cyborgs for the government, and one is a young lady who lives outside of the capital, kind of on the outskirts. So she is one of the people who is very vulnerable to perhaps being offered up as a lamb to be slaughtered. This isn't the book I technically wanted. I really wanted to draw a book that was very fantasy-esque, with like balls and like knights and maybe some royalty. But I'm kind of getting through it and I'm liking it so far. It is by Ava Reed, which had me a little turned off of it and a little worried just because I recently read A Study in Drowning by her and I didn't enjoy it very much. This book is so far better than A Study in Drowning. However, I have started reading this book before and I remember DNFing it. I don't think it was necessarily because it was that bad. I think I just had a different book I really wanted to read at the time and this one was taking me way too long to get through. So hopefully I will push through and get this done soon. I'm going to read for a little bit longer and then probably play some more of my little book game that I got yesterday. Yesterday, I bought this game called Tiny Bookshop on my Nintendo Switch, and it is genuinely so fun. It is such a cute, cozy game. In this game, you have a mobile bookshop, and you just moved into the city of Buxtonbury. You stock your shelves with books, and you sell them, and sometimes you get to give book recommendations. The books you have are books from the real world, and so it's really fun when you find a title that you actually know or that you've actually read. And you have all these little characters that kind of are like your regulars that you get to know, and you know their preferences, and you know who they are, and kind of what's going on in their life, and it is so insanely cute. I just finished summer and went through the bonfire where you wrote down your worries on a piece of paper and left them in the past by burning them in the fire and had hope for a brighter future. This game is genuinely so cute. It was definitely worth the $20 I spent, which is pretty cheap for a Nintendo game. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I am so excited to bring you along with me today. I didn't really record anything yesterday because I was just reading and I went to work. Today will be super exciting though because I'm going to the pool with my boyfriend when he gets off of work. I am so ready to go swimming. You don't even know. However, that's not for a couple hours, so I'm gonna do 30 minutes of writing just to keep working on the outline of my book. So far it's been going pretty good. I've gotten to the part where the story started to kind of pick up and I need to figure out where exactly I want to go with it. I'm using this outline as kind of my brain where just everything's going down that I kind of want and I can figure out where things go, and then when I go back and look at it later I can adapt and change anything as needed. So I'm calling this my rough outline because it's super rough. I'm gonna set a 30-minute timer to get some writing done and then I'll move on to some editing and some reading.